Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So as always, I've got a ton. I'm gonna jump right in. Okay, so the first one we're gonna talk about is this guy here. This is Moschino I Love Love. I won't spend a ton of time talking about this one because I know I talk about it all of the time because I absolutely adore this fragrance. It's kind of like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but it's greener. It's more orange rather than lemon. It's a little bit sweeter. It's really, really bubbly smelling. It's just gorgeous. It's a very bright, fresh, citrusy fragrance, but it's also got a little bit of almost a heaviness to it that makes it super, super cozy in the heat. I just absolutely adore this fragrance. This is an absolute beast on me. This is one that I'm not sure if this has ever been reformulated. I feel like because this was kind of a signature of mine for a short period of time in like the early to mid 2000s. And I feel like it's always just been a total beast. So yeah, I'm not totally sure if this one's been reformulated, but I absolutely love it. It's an amazing fragrance. And then I have been wearing lotion almost every single day because it's like super hot and humid out, but my skin has been kind of dry, which has been weird. So I've been having to use lotion every single day. So I had this little C.O. Bigelow body cream. This is the lemon body cream. This is such an oldie, but such a goodie. It's the most beautiful, like fresh lemon, but the lotion has a creaminess to it. So it ends up smelling kind of like a creamy lemon lotion. It's amazing. It's like perfect to layer any kind of citrus type perfume over. This will be great. I'm gonna wear my Shalimar cologne at some point this week and I'll probably layer it over this because it's just perfect. It's a perfect kind of citrusy lotion to layer any kind of citrusy fragrance over. So anyways, that was the first little layering combo I did this week, and it was an absolute beast. I never put anything else on that day. So that's that. Okay, next we have another layering combination here. This is the Bath & Body Works Fresh Gardenia. In the body cream, I absolutely adore this. This is, let's see here, this is Dewy Honeysuckle, White Gardenia, and Cashmere Musk. When I wore it this time, I did detect a slight difference. So this is starting to change, which means I need to get through it quickly. Like I'm gonna use this up this summer because I don't want it to go bad on me. So yeah, I'm gonna use this up. It's starting to kind of lose a little bit of the really beautiful gardenia fragrance, and it's kind of starting to smell like that lotion, you know, that just kind of yucky lotion base. It's not off or anything, it's just the slightest bit of a change, but it's enough that I can detect it. So yeah, I'll definitely be using this and layering my child perfume over it or this the entire summer so I can get through this. And then this time I did layer this. This is the Tocca Florence. This is actually the hair fragrance, but I have found that a lot of the time, hair fragrances are just as potent, if not sometimes even more potent than the original perfume. And that is definitely the case with these Tocca hair fragrances. They're really, really long lasting, or that's been my experience with them. They're very long lasting. Since these are made for spraying in your hair, they do have a kind of like a slight emollients to them. So yeah, I really love it. So it's a little bit moisturizing on the skin as well. So yeah, I really like this. I use it kind of like a body spray, but I don't go quite as hard. Like I'll do like 10 or 12 sprays of this over the lotion, and holy cow, it is an absolute monster. Like you will smell like this all day. There is no like, putting something else on later. This is gonna get you through an entire like 10-12 hour day. So anyways, that is Tocca Florence, the hair fragrance, and Fresh Gardenia from Bath & Body Works. Okay, another layering combo that I did. I had completely forgotten that I had this. This is the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc body oil. This is old, you guys. I've had this body oil for literally forever. I've had it for so long. I thought when I found it, I was like, oh my goodness, I bet that's gonna be completely off. At this point, it's not. What it is less floral and more pistachio gourmand smelling. And that even translates on skin, so it's lost kind of a lot of the citrusy and floral aspects of it, but it's the pistachio and like creamy, sweet gourmand. It almost smells like a pistachio cake now. It's so weird. But yeah, this oil has got to be at least 5 or 6 years old. I've had it forever. I am obsessed with the original Tom Ford Soleil Blanc fragrance. I adore it. It smells amazing on me. The only reason I have never bought an actual bottle of it though is because I've got this Urban Decay Go Naked oil. I need to use this up too because this is very, very old. I've had this for years and it's not starting to go off, but the liquid has gotten a little bit cloudy, which is kind of weird. It still smells perfectly fine. I adore this. It smells exactly like the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. Exactly. It's the closest dupe I've ever smelled. The Dossier dupe is really, really close too. But oh, I absolutely adore it. So yeah, this is another combination I'm gonna be wearing a lot this summer because really need to try to get through both of these before they both go off. I just adore Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, the original. Eau de Soleil Blanc I'm not crazy about. That one is like too floral. They made it basically a floral perfume with like a tiny bit of, something else. This is just gorgeous. This is citruses and florals. So yeah, this combination is an absolute beast. The only thing that I don't love about this oil is it sits on your skin. It doesn't sink in. It's not like a nice dry oil. It's like an actual oil that just sits on your skin, and like when your legs touch each other, they like slide, you know what I mean? It's gonna get on anything that you sit on. I just don't love it, which is why I haven't gone through this, because I just don't love the consistency of it. But yeah, I am gonna try to work through this as much as possible because I absolutely love the way that it smells, and both of them are monsters. You'll smell like the oil all day, you'll smell like this oil all day. It's an amazing combination. So that is Tom Ford Soleil Blanc body oil and my Urban Decay Go Naked perfume oil. Okay, next, I had completely forgotten about my Goose Creek lotions until I saw somebody in the comments say that they just picked up a whole bunch of lotions from Goose Creek because they were having like a really good sale, which they do. They will have such a good sale. It's usually around the time Bath and Body Works or right before. I think they usually do their sales right before Bath and Body Works does theirs, but they'll have them like marked down, and then they'll do like an extra 20% off. So they end up being like less than $3 a piece. I have tons of them and I had completely forgotten about them. And yeah, which I'm gonna go through, like that's gonna be one of my collection videos. I'm gonna be doing a whole collection, like a whole series of collection videos where I'm gonna go through like one aspect. So I did my whole perfume collection. Next I'm gonna do my travel sprays, then I'm gonna do my atomizers, then I'll go through like samples, and then I'll go through all my lotions and body sprays. But anyways, I'd forgotten about these. I pulled this one out. This one is called Beach Dreams. This one is vanilla bean, clementine, red apple, and sandalwood. And this smells really good. I love this one. There's nothing beachy about this to me though. This smells like red apple. The red apple is definitely dominant, and then you get the vanilla bean, which is amazing because it's like a creamy red apple fragrance. But I could totally see this going straight into fall because it smells fall-like with the apples. Ugh, it's so good. It's like a sweet, yummy, like juicy, mouth-watering, creamy apple. But I put this on first and then was like, well, I'll find, after I put this on, I'll figure out what perfume to put over it. This, because it was so like red apple heavy and vanilla heavy, I went ahead and grabbed this out of my Project Pan box. This is the Ulta Beauty Black Salt Vanilla fragrance. This is really nice. It's just kind of like it really is just kind of like a slightly salty, dark vanilla. It lasts all of 5 seconds. It's basically like body spray strength. So yeah, I put this on and it quickly wore off, like maybe after 45 minutes or something. So I put this away and I sprayed this one on instead. This is the Giardino dei Sensi Vaniglia Essenziale Profumo. I picked this up from Makeup, I think is what the website was called. It was like $5. I adore this. It smells like Hypnotic Poison. Like it's a really good, yeah, really, really good alternative for Hypnotic Poison, especially for like $5. It's an absolute beast. It lasts forever. I love it. It didn't really go over the lotion, but the lotion, the scent doesn't really hang around for very long either. So this was, I couldn't even smell this maybe like an hour and a half later. So I ended up just smelling like this, which is fine with me. It's Hypnotic Poison. It was like 95 degrees out that day. So I was like rocking Hypnotic Poison in super high heat, which is perfectly fine for me. But yeah, this is a great, great little perfume. The like packaging is a little bit weird. It's in this like kind of aluminum bottle with, I don't know, with like a weird little sprayer, but the spray is really nice. It gives really beautiful fine mist. And I guess the bottle reminds me a little bit of the Come Towards Sud Pacifique bottles. But anyways, yeah, that was a little combination that I wore. That is Giardino dei Sensi Vaniglia Essenziale. And then the Goose Creek Beach Dreams lotion. Okay, and then I wore one of my generic perfumes oils. Holy cow, you guys, this one is incredible. I can't even tell you enough how much I ended up loving this. This is the What About Pop from the House of Oud, and this is amazing. Like, I can't wait for fall and winter for this one because this is just gonna bloom in the cold weather. I just know it. This is a yummy gourmand, but it's not overly sweet, and it's not, like, you're not gonna run around smelling like a cupcake with this one. You're gonna smell delicious and delectable, but you're gonna smell elevated, like expensive, not like a, you know, vanilla body spray or like a Gourmand Bath and Body Works lotion. It smells like an expensive perfume, but a really beautiful, expensive gourmand perfume. I am obsessed with this one. It's sweet. It's got like a popcorn note in it, but the popcorn note ends up, I don't know. This one is just really good. If you're a gourmand lover, I can't recommend it enough. It's amazing. And I believe it's one of their new oils too. So anyways, that is generic perfumes. The House of Oud, What About Pop? Absolute beast too. That thing lasted for 8-10 hours easily. It was amazing. Okay, and then next, I wore a whole bunch of the genre perfume decants that Larive sent over. So I'm gonna start with these ones because these are the first ones I wore. Let's see here. The first one I wore was this one here. This is the Femme Delicious. This was the one that was in collaboration with the Facebook group called Femme Fragheads. This is beautiful. This reminds me of, this is gonna sound weird, but it reminds me of really sweet chocolate covered raisins. And I think it might have a cocoa note in it. It's got a bunch of notes in it because I think everybody kind of like contributed and they all voted on notes, or I'm not totally sure. You will have seen this in my genre video, like how this came about. But anyways, it's beautiful. It smells like really sweet chocolate covered raisins, but way more complex than that. You can definitely smell like a whole bunch of different things in this. I love it. It was hot the day that I wore this though, too hot for a fragrance like this. I can't wait for fall and winter time when it's cooler. This is going to be incredible. This is absolutely full bottle worthy. If you're a gourmand lover, oh my gosh, you will love this. And it's an absolute monster. This was one that I put on sometime in the evening, like 5 o'clock in the evening maybe, and I smelled like this until I washed it off the next day. It was so strong and just so amazing. So that is the first one. That is from Genre, and that is called Femme Delicious. Okay, the next one I wore is called Double Decadence, and this one was made in collaboration with Janelle Zamora, who is Scent Talk from My Closet. This, of the two, this one was my favorite. I love them both. This one can be worn anytime though. To me, this one isn't quite as heavy as the last one. This one has got some lighter notes in the top, and it's just a little bit lighter in general, but it's still a really beautiful, yummy, kind of gourmand leaning fragrance. I love it. I can smell a little bit of floral in this one, where I don't really get a lot of floral with the other one. It's yummy, it's beautiful. It's also an absolute beast of a fragrance. This one was my scent of the day for that entire day. And I put it on at probably 10 o'clock in the morning, which is usually when I'm putting on my fragrances, and I smelled like this until I washed it off the next day. I mean, when I tell you these two were absolute monster fragrances, they are beast fragrances. So this one is also absolutely full bottle worthy to me. It's amazing. So that one is called Double Decadence. This next one, I was so excited to try this one. This one is called Ginger-esque, and this is a clone of Joe Malone, like tea and ginger, or ginger biscuits, or something like that. I think ginger biscuits is what it's called. And that's what it smells like. It smells like ginger cookies. This one is really light and airy. It's not like a heavy gourmand, but also because it is more of like a light, airy fragrance, this one doesn't perform as well as the first two I talked about. This one is a little, I think I probably got a couple hours out of this before I would have needed to reapply. I ended up just moving on. In fact, I think that the day that I wore this is the day that I put Femme Delicious on immediately after this one wore off. So Femme Delicious, I didn't apply in the evening. Femme Delicious, I probably applied at maybe noon, and it lasted until I washed it off the next day. But yeah, this is beautiful. This is absolutely full bottle worthy to me as well. I'm gonna let this one sit for like 6 months and then revisit this maybe in the winter time to see if maybe it performs better, because that's another thing. Everything that I've tested this week, it has been in the 90s, like mid to high 90s here with a ton of humidity. So it's been so just oppressively hot, and a light, airy gourmand like this is not going to be any match for the heat. So I will definitely revisit this in cooler weather. I love it. It's amazing. So that one is called Ginger-esque. Okay, next I wanted to test this one here. This is called Splish Splash. This is the one that Larive said she went through a whole like sample of it and then has already repurchased a full bottle of it. It's beautiful. This one's really unisex. It's a little bit green. It's fresh. It's like the tiniest bit sweet, but this one is really kind of slightly green, very fresh. The slightest bit kind of aquatic smelling. It's beautiful. Very unisex, really expensive smelling, really, I don't know. This one smells very elevated to me. This one, I want to say I got maybe 4 or 5 hours out of this one, so it wasn't terrible at all. It was perfect for the heat. It's a really good one. So that one is called Splish Splash. And then last but not least, I wore this one here called Majestic Tonka. This is a clone of Guerlain Tonka Imperiale. And this is the strongest clone of this fragrance that I've ever smelled. The strongest and longest lasting. I have the Dua, I've got the Dua clone called Tonkalicious, which I really love, but it's no match for this. This is really powerful. I sprayed this on as a bedtime fragrance because again, this would be way too much in like the heat. So I sprayed it on as a bedtime fragrance and it is phenomenal. It is super strong. You only need a few sprays of this. It's really powerful. Really rich, slightly sweet. Just one of those super fragrant like Tonka fragrances, and Tonka is one of my favorite notes on the planet, so I'm head over heels for this. This little decant though will probably last me for ages because it's just so incredibly powerful. And I woke up the next morning smelling like this still, so it like hung in there all through the night until I took a shower the next day. So this is such a good one. But anyways, that one is called Majestic Tonka. And that is gonna be it, guys. Those are all of the fragrances that I wore it last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.